Tem gente que não acredita não numa porra dessa, olha.
These clips of mysterious sightings, bizarre creatures, and eerie happenings
What is this? I've never seen this before.
suggest that there's another side to reality, a side we will be revealing today. So stay tuned.
Dude, I told you, this is what I saw last night in my backyard.
I was like, what is this? I've never seen this before.
Fields often hold quiet beauty, but in Alberta, a couple witnessed something far from ordinary. Out of nowhere, a huge glowing ball appeared, flooding the entire field with light. It looked alive, as if packed with some kind of strange energy, shifting and pulsing as it hovered. For a while, the sphere moved slowly across the field, almost as if searching for something. Then, just as suddenly, it vanished without a trace. What it really was, no one has ever been able to explain.
It's like a fireball, but not really. It's the wrong color.
Mysterious being. Watching this video feels like seeing a character straight out of a sci-fi movie, but it's real. A man in the woods came across something truly bizarre. At first glance, it looked like a strange rock ahead, but as he got closer, he realized it wasn't solid at all. It was a jelly-like orb in the air. The sight was so unnatural that it seemed as if the object had come straight from outer space. Honestly, staying away from it was the smartest choice. Glowing object. In this video, a strange glowing object can be seen emerging from the woods. It wasn't just light, it looked like streams of energy bursting out, as if something incredibly powerful was trapped inside. The person recording clearly kept their distance, filming while trying to stay hidden. And honestly, who would dare get close to something like that? Whether it was a natural phenomenon or something otherworldly, one thing is certain. It left behind far more questions than answers. Stuck horses.
My horses are frozen in time. Is this a glitch in the Matrix?
A rainy day usually brings calm vibes, but for this woman, it turned into something she could never forget. When she looked outside to check her horses, she noticed something very off. They were just standing there, totally still, not even moving an inch. It felt unnatural, like time had paused just for them. She filmed the whole thing and later shared it online. People had all sorts of theories, but the most chilling one? Many believed this wasn't normal at all. It was a real glitch in the Matrix. Glowing being. While exploring the woods in Brazil, a tourist came across something he could never explain. In the middle of the forest stood a strange glowing figure. It had no clear shape, just a body of light. From a distance, it looked more like an otherworldly being than anything human, maybe even a figure with some kind of superpower. The tourist didn't dare go closer. He observed it for a while, and then left. Forest encounter.
Aguas, compa, bájala de ahí.
In a small town in Indonesia, people often heard strange, scary noises coming from the woods. To investigate, a group of friends decided to check it out. Deep inside the forest, they encountered something terrifying. A woman sitting high up in a tree. She didn't look normal at all, more like a witch or someone deeply possessed. Surprisingly, the friends got closer, but the woman never moved. Eventually, she vanished into thin air. Since that night, the strange noises stopped, maybe thanks to their encounter.
Miren amigos, aquí le estoy poniendo zoom, miren.
Glowing orb. A hiker in Colombia witnessed something that left him completely stunned. Right in front of him, a strange glowing orb appeared, shining brightly even through the heavy fog. The light was so intense that it lit up the area around it. What made it even stranger was how the orb seemed to linger there for quite some time, almost as if it was absorbing something from nature. Maybe the fog, maybe something else. After a while, it simply vanished, leaving only questions behind. Unexpected encounter. In a small town in Peru, strange noises were often heard coming from the nearby woods at night. Curious, a group of friends decided to investigate. What they saw left them shocked. Several eerie figures standing in the dark. These beings didn't look like normal humans, almost as if they were something else entirely. For a moment, the friends froze in disbelief, but instead of causing harm, the figures slowly drifted back into the deep woods. After that night, those unsettling noises were never heard again. Strange orb.
Misericórdia.
Late at night, a group of friends was standing by the roadside when suddenly they realized they weren't alone anymore. Someone, or rather something, had joined them. A glowing orb appeared out of nowhere, floating and moving in a way that felt completely unnatural. The group was stunned, unable to believe what they were seeing. The orb seemed to carry a strange kind of power, radiating energy as it hovered near them. Then, just as suddenly as it appeared, it vanished, leaving behind only confusion and mystery.
Tem gente que não acredita não numa porra dessa, olha.
Haunted gaze. In the middle of the night, a woman suddenly woke up to strange noises outside. Curious, she peeked through her window and froze in fear. Between the trees, a pair of glowing red eyes were staring right at her. It gave the eerie impression of a hidden demon quietly observing her every move. Honestly, waking up to something like this in the dead of night feels no less than stepping into a living nightmare. Vanishing glow. A group of friends were out camping in the woods when, in the middle of the night, they noticed a strange glowing light. Curiosity pulled them closer, and soon they realized the glow was far brighter than anything natural. From a distance, it looked almost like a burning figure, but nothing was clearly visible. They kept watching it quietly from different angles, hoping to understand what it was. Yet after some time, the light slowly vanished into the woods, leaving only mystery behind. Roadside creature. Late-night drives can be exciting until you come across something you were never meant to see. That's exactly what happened to a group of friends on one of their night outings. As they drove along the empty road, they suddenly spotted a terrifying humanoid figure crouched by the roadside, almost in an animal-like pose. Its glowing eyes pierced through the darkness, making it clear this was no ordinary sight. The friends didn't stop the car. They drove off quickly. Surely they will never forget about this encounter. Blinding light.
That's a thing.
Deep inside the woods, a young boy's adventure turned into something unforgettable. A strange glowing light burst across the sky, flooding everything around him in blinding brightness. The glow was so intense that he couldn't even tell what it really was. Shocked, he recorded the moment and later shared the video online. That's when opinions began to spread. Some viewers believed the light was connected to otherworldly beings, while others insisted it might have been linked to some unknown superpower.
Oh my god.
Farmer ghost. On a farm in Brazil, a farmer often felt a strange presence around his land. At first, he brushed it off as imagination, but then he decided to carefully observe his farm. And that's when he finally saw it. Moving among the fields was a ghostly figure wearing a hat, shaped almost like a farmer. Yet something about it was completely unnatural. The figure vanished as mysteriously as it appeared, leaving the farmer haunted with endless questions. Cloud cover. It was a bright sunny day when a man noticed something unusual above him, a strange, heavy-looking cloud hanging alone in the sky. At first, he ignored it, but soon, flashes of strange lights began flickering from within. It almost seemed as if the cloud wasn't real at all, but just a cover hiding something inside. Moments later, it became clear. This was no ordinary cloud, but a UFO using the skies as camouflage. It lingered for a while, silently observing, before vanishing without a trace. Alaska discovery. A strange video from an unknown source has left viewers puzzled. Filmed in Alaska, it shows a bizarre being standing completely still, its body appearing frozen solid. What made it even stranger was that it didn't look like a normal human at all. And in such freezing cold, no ordinary person could ever survive shirtless. Online, opinions quickly divided. Some suggested it might belong to an undiscovered tribe, while others whispered it could be the result of a secret human experiment gone wrong. Mysterious light. Late-night drives are usually quiet, but for one truck driver in Panama, the silence was broken by something truly unbelievable. As he passed near the woods, a sudden bright light cut through the trees. Out of curiosity, he went closer and saw a strange flying object hovering just above the ground. It wasn't fully clear, but he could tell this was no ordinary sight. He didn't stay there long and quickly left the area. What exactly was happening inside those woods that night remains a mystery. Mysterious being. In Texas, a local man's dogs began barking wildly in the middle of the night. At first, he ignored the noise, thinking it was nothing. But the next morning, curiosity made him check his CCTV footage, and what he saw disturbed him deeply. The dogs weren't barking at thin air. They were facing a strange figure. The being wasn't fully visible, only its legs could be seen. The rest seemed invisible. No one could tell if it was a mysterious human or something ghostly. Whatever it was, it left behind a puzzle that still has no clear answer. And then left. Giant mystery. This video at first looks like something straight out of a horror story. Deep in the foggy mountains, it seems as if a giant figure is secretly living there. Honestly, my first thought was the same, but after some digging, I found the truth. This isn't a giant at all. It's something called the Brocken specter, a rare optical illusion. When the sun is behind you and mist is in front, your own shadow is cast huge onto the fog, sometimes even with a glowing rainbow-like halo. People who haven't seen it before can easily mistake it for something supernatural, making the mountains even more mysterious. Strange encounter. One rainy evening in Mexico, a man was driving home when he noticed something unusual in the car ahead of him. At first it looked normal, but on closer glance, he was shocked. In the back seat sat a terrifying woman staring directly at him. She wasn't ordinary. Her glowing eyes cut through the rain, and her presence felt unnatural, almost like a witch trapped inside. The sight left him disturbed, carrying a mystery he still can't explain. Helicopter chase. When I say the government is hiding things from us, believe me, I mean it. There's another video that makes it clear. In it, a government helicopter can be seen chasing a strange UFO across the sky. The object moved in ways no normal aircraft ever could, proving this was something out of the ordinary. For many, this is just another piece of evidence that otherworldly beings are here. And no matter how much is kept secret, the truth keeps slipping through. Hill encounter. You never know what might appear in the woods, and one young boy experienced this the hard way. He had wandered deep inside, exploring, when he suddenly had to stop. On a small hill ahead of him sat a strange figure. It wasn't fully clear, but its body looked skinny and human-like, yet something about it was far from normal. The figure seemed to be searching for something, its movements unsettling and unnatural. The boy didn't take any chances. The moment he saw it, he quietly turned back, a choice that may have been the safest decision. Cylinder UFO. Trails often hide secrets, but one hiker discovered something he could never explain. As he made his way back, he suddenly noticed a strange object hovering ahead of him, a massive cylinder-shaped UFO moving silently across the path. Before he could even process what he was seeing, the craft faded away into nothingness. The sight left him certain that otherworldly beings were quietly watching the area, and strangely, that UFO was never seen in the region again. Strange discovery. While exploring the woods, you never know what you might run into. Just like this guy, who came across a strange creature. At first, it looked just like an ordinary leaf, but then it started moving, and he realized this was something else entirely. Its shape still resembled a leaf, but what it really was, no one could say. He shared the video online, and opinions quickly split. Some believed it was a new species discovery, while others were convinced it was a scary, unknown being. Mysterious creature. We've all heard stories of Bigfoot walking upright on two legs in deep forests, but one report from the fields of Peru was entirely different. A local claimed he saw a creature that looked strikingly similar to Bigfoot, yet something was off. It wasn't standing tall, it was moving on all fours. The sight was so bizarre that it left him questioning what exactly he had witnessed. Was it really Bigfoot crouching in an eerie manner, or perhaps an entirely different creature altogether? Missing persons.
Trespassing signs, or maybe it's something for the wildlife or something.
While hiking through the woods of Long Island, a man stumbled onto a sight straight out of a horror film. All around him were missing person posters pinned to trees, old food cans scattered on the ground, and even a cage-like structure hidden in the brush. The scene felt so real and unsettling that he quickly filmed it before leaving. Some believed it was linked to something sinister, while others claimed it was just part of a Halloween setup. But the truth behind that eerie discovery remains a mystery.
Look what these are.
Trail cam mystery. Trail cameras often capture things no one can explain, and this footage is one of them. A strange human-like figure appeared, running in a way that almost looked like a cartoon character. Its head wasn't clearly visible, and the oddest part was how it ran, as if terrified of something chasing it. What exactly was happening in those woods remains unclear, leaving viewers puzzled and unsettled by the unexplainable sight caught on camera. Scary warning. Another camping trip turned into a nightmare when a group of friends heard strange noises in the middle of the night. Curious, they stepped out to check and froze at the sight. A terrifying figure stood nearby, staring straight at them. It wore white clothes, had long hair, and instead of a normal head, a skull-like face glared back. The figure moved in a strange way, almost like it was warning them to leave. The friends didn't wait to find out more. They ran, and never returned to that spot again. Hidden tribe. Even today, some hidden tribes remain untouched by the outside world. Recently, in the dense woods near Richards Bay, South Africa, a team of experts stumbled upon something extraordinary. Close to a cave, they encountered a group of strange-looking people. Their bodies were covered in unusual costumes, and their behavior was just as unsettling. They looked frightened, hesitated, and quickly ran back into the woods. The experts chose not to disturb them further, only watching for a while before quietly leaving. Who they were, and how they've remained hidden this long, still remains a mystery. Levitating. A man once shared a video online that quickly caught everyone's attention. In it, he wandered deep into the woods and began performing a strange act he had been practicing for years. He believed he could make himself rise into the air, and this time, he actually did. Slowly, his body lifted off the ground, hovering as if gravity had no hold on him. Viewers were divided. Some dismissed it as a trick, while others were convinced they had just witnessed real levitation. Giant snake. This man claimed he had discovered the world's biggest snake deep in the woods. According to him, it wasn't alive anymore. Its massive body was slowly decomposing, stretching so far that half of it lay across the trees, while the other half sprawled into the fields. For a moment, it sounded like a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. But let me clear this up for you guys. I dug into it, and the truth is a lot less terrifying. It was actually just an old, broken pipe that looked freakishly similar to one. Nevada Mystery. Now, what I'm about to show you will totally confuse you. In Nevada, a tourist spotted something strange while driving through the desert. When he looked through his car mirror, he saw a small fire burning on the side of the road. But when he turned his head to look directly, there was nothing there. He checked multiple times, and every single time the same thing happened. Fire in the mirror, nothing in reality. Was it a real flame, or just a trick of his eyes? That mystery remains unsolved. Wood's Secret.
That's what I thought it was the first time that I saw this.
The woods always hide secrets, and this boy discovered one he never expected. While exploring, he stumbled upon a strange hole in the middle of the forest. Out of curiosity, he checked it closely and realized it was very deep. Gathering courage, he went inside and found a long, hidden passage. Step by step, he followed it until he reached a mysterious door. Fear took over, and he decided to turn back. What lay beyond that door remains unknown forever. Mythical encounter.
Holy crap.
Have you ever heard about the Lizard Man? If not, this video might surprise you. A group of friends were exploring the woods in the middle of the night when they suddenly heard a terrifying scream. While checking around nervously,
Holy crap.
they caught a glimpse of a strange white figure. It wasn't fully clear, but that short glimpse was enough for them to believe it could be the legendary Lizard Man. What do you think? Was it really him, or something else? Let me know in the comments. Mysterious Mango. Nature always finds new ways to surprise us, and this time it was in the most fruity way. In Indonesia, a mango tree grew a mango that looked exactly like a human face. The shape was so real, as if an actual face had been placed on the fruit. Locals were shocked, and soon people from nearby areas came just to witness this strange and unbelievable sight. Midnight Visitor. A house owner shared his Ring camera footage online, and it left viewers disturbed. In the middle of the night, a strange figure appeared at his door, seemingly trying to open it. The body wasn't fully visible, but one thing was clear. It didn't look like a normal human. Online, people quickly gave their opinions. Some believed it was a strange creature, while others insisted it was just a very weird person. Giant Mark.
The giant footprint. In my opinion, probably the greatest example of a giant footprint in rock. I haven't seen anything better yet.
A group of experts was exploring the woods of Mexico when they stumbled upon something completely unexpected. Deep in the forest, near a cave, they noticed a massive footprint pressed into the ground. It was nearly the size of one of them, so huge that it raised chilling questions. Could this cave have once belonged to a giant? If the footprint is real, then the being who made it must have been enormous. Thankfully, nothing like that seems to be around now.
By a farmer or a guy around this area called Stoffel Kutsia.
Eerie Watcher. What was supposed to be a peaceful late-night walk in the woods turned into a terrifying encounter for one man. He noticed something hiding behind a tree, watching him closely. When he gathered courage and went nearer, he came face to face with a demon-like being, its eerie eyes glowing, and a disturbing smile spread across its face. But just as quickly as it appeared, it vanished into the dark. Maybe it was nothing, or maybe it was a silent warning to leave. Frozen Footprint.
These are the Bigfoot feet that were butchered. They were taken off of the Bigfoot that my father and Morty Lucas shot in 1953. I wanted to show them together because I had shown them individually because that's how they've been wrapped and frozen. So I'm showing them together to clear some things up.
Peter Kane has brought forward yet another piece of evidence for the existence of giants. This time, what he claims are the actual feet of a Bigfoot. Both the right and left are frozen, preserved since 1953, and shown in detail as Sasquatch 1953. Honestly, just looking at them gives the feeling that they might be real. If true, this could be one of the strangest and most shocking proofs linked to Bigfoot ever revealed. Camping horror.
Oh, what's...
These friends decided to camp in a part of the woods that people usually avoid. At first, everything seemed fine, but then a terrifying noise broke the silence. When they stepped outside to check, they were stunned. Right in front of them, near a cave, stood a strange creature, possibly a skinwalker, disturbed by their presence. The moment it noticed them, it quickly fled back into the darkness. The friends didn't wait around either. And hopefully, they'll never try camping in such a place again. Scary escape. Some beings in the woods seem like they've been locked away for years, but not anymore. In Peru, a local saw a strange goblin-like mini-monster rushing out from the edge of the forest straight towards someone's yard. The way it moved and looked gave the impression that it had been trapped in the woods for a very long time and somehow managed to escape. Where it went after that, and whether it's still out there, nobody really knows. Hidden passage. A man who lost his way in the woods wandered so deep that he stumbled upon something truly strange. Near a rocky hill, he noticed what looked like a hidden door carved into the stone. The sight left him shocked. Was someone secretly living inside? Or was it something ancient left behind from forgotten times? Whatever the truth, one thing was certain. He had lost his path, but discovered a mystery. Desert demon. An Iraqi woman noticed her baby crawling toward a deserted area, and when she rushed to rescue him, she was horrified by what she saw. A dark-clothed, terrifying figure was there, trying to lure the baby closer. This was no normal human. It looked more like a demon. Out of fear and courage, the woman threw rocks to drive it away and quickly carried her child back. Hopefully, that figure never dares to return. Mysterious being. What was meant to be a normal day in the woods of Peru quickly turned into something out of a mystery tale. A man suddenly spotted a strange flying being at some distance. Its exact shape wasn't clear, but it was tiny and circling around in the air. Without fear, he quickly grabbed it and took it home. But once there, he realized the being wasn't alive anymore. Its body looked like a tiny goblin with big ears. But goblins can't fly, right? So what exactly was it? That still remains a mystery. Moving tires. The tire shop was empty, quiet, and nothing seemed out of place, until the worker noticed something strange in the corner. Two tires, sitting still for hours, suddenly shifted on their own. Slowly, they rolled forward, then picked up pace, as if being guided by an unseen force straight onto the road. Realizing this wasn't normal at all, the worker didn't wait around to find out more, and quickly left the shop. Cave encounter. A peaceful snowy hike quickly turned into something out of a nightmare for one hiker. While exploring, he noticed something strange hiding inside a dark cave. At first, it looked like nothing unusual, but then a pair of glowing eyes stared back at him. The creature's body stayed hidden, giving off an eerie feeling that it wasn't normal at all, almost as if it had been secretly living there. Terrified, the hiker ran off, leaving behind only fear and mystery in the frozen woods. And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. This video proves that something beyond our world is already here. In Florida, late at night, a massive glowing object was spotted in the sky. At first, it looked like a regular UFO, but then things turned stranger. Streams of plasma began dropping from it, and before touching the ground, each stream transformed into separate flying objects. It seemed as if these smaller crafts were spreading out, observing the entire area from different directions. After a while, the huge object vanished completely, but where those smaller UFOs disappeared to remains a mystery no one has answered.
Look how beautiful it is out there. Look.